Welcome back, Bob the Vapor Computer Guy. Today we're taking a look at a new mod tank kit from Wismec called the FJ200. Alright, so this was sent in by Wismec for the purposes of this review. This is their newest of the Sinuous line. This is the FJ200, and the main difference with this is built-in battery. We're going to dive down to the table. We're going to take the tank apart first and look at it. We're also going to show you how to convert it from 2 to 4 milliliter capacity. Then we can take a look at the mod. Then I'll tell you what I think about it after using it for a week and a half, non-stop. So today we're taking a look at the new Wismec Sinuous FJ200. As you can see here, FJ200. Alright, with the tank. It is a kit, and they call this the divider tank. Let's take a real quick look at the tank first. I think it's a nice looking tank. Matches well with the device. Silver on the outside matches the silver of the tank. Alright. Standard 510 drip tip. They give you a nice, I think it's a nice tip here. A little wider than normal. You don't want, not those old-fashioned just straight out tips. This is also one of those that you lift the tip a little bit, slide this over, and there's your fill port. Decent sized fill port in there, no problems filling. 510 in the base. Airflow looks cool. There are actually 2 slots down here, and the top ones kind of match them, but it's not airflow on the top part, just these bottom ones. Really nice, smooth turning, stiff enough to stay in the position you want. Wismec appears over there when you have the airflow completely open. Alright. Let's unscrew the tank. This is set for the 2 mil capacity glass right now. Coil. This is a triple 0.2 ohm coil. Let's see what the resistance recommendation is on there. Alright, so this is their triple 0.2 ohm coil, 40 to 80 watts. It's a triple wrapped vertical coil. Base. Second coil that it comes with, let's see what that one is. That is their triple 0.25 ohm, 40 to 120 watts. Pretty wide range there. You have to see what works best for that. 40 to 120 watts. 2 mil glass, pop off the glass. And you can see that stopper in there. This is what makes it a 2 mil capacity. That rubber filler that goes all throughout there. That's what's making this a 2 mil capacity. We're going to rip that sucker out and make this a 4 mil capacity because we're in the United States and we can do what we want. Well, I should clarify, I'm in the United States and I don't have to have a 2 mil capacity. We have a lot of stupid laws here, but I think that one's pretty stupid. So you fill your tank more often, big deal. So let's grab this and just pull it out. That's it. We just made this a 4 mil tank. Alright, easy as can be. Throw that glass back on there. Screw that back together. And before, it was a 2 mil because only where the glass is would hold juice for the most part. Now the juice will flow right into the top, so when you fill it up, if you fill it close to the top there, you will be putting in about 4 mils of juice, which is great. Alright, so that's the tank. Let's take a look at the mod. Alright, so we're back now looking at the mod. Take the tank off of here. Been using this for a while. Throw that aside. So you can see here, I'm going to get the regular Predator. So I know you want to compare it. So here's the new FJ200 and here's the Predator. Alright. Very similar. You can see this is going to be a little bit smaller. Alright. It's about the same. In fact, it's almost exactly the same in in width and height, width and depth, but the height's a little bit smaller. Buttons are a little different. They put these buttons kind of recessed now so that you really can't hit them accidentally, which is nice. Charging port is still in the same, and the overall kind of design is the same. One color in the middle here, and then different on the sides. The difference with this is you have a built-in battery, unlike the Predator, which had dual batteries. That is one of the two biggest differences. The other one is center-loaded 510. I know a lot of people don't like that offset 510. That, doesn't affect function much, but if you like the center-loaded, it is center-loaded now, and it is, you can see, kind of recessed in there. It's really not coming out, so no worries about that. But you do have a 4400 milliamp hour battery in here. You got some venting on the bottom. I have not had any problems with heat from this. I've used a couple of tanks where I've gotten them really hot at 120 watts and it transferred a little bit of heat, but that was the tank, not the mod. The mod's been fine, aside from the fingerprints I have all over it now, just because I have some juicy hands from handling so many tanks. But the design is nice. The button, which is the whole side here, just like on the Predator, works fine. I've had no misfires. I've been using this thing hard for the last 10 days, and I've had no misfires, no problems. It does fire fast, which is nice, and everything about it's been fine. No problems whatsoever. The menu 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is pretty standard stuff. All right, 1, 2, 3, and you can go into your modes, power, temp, TCRs, etc. Up in the fire button is your preheat and your timeouts, and whether you want to hold down, you go preheats. All right, hold it down for a few seconds, and you back out. Down in the fire button, or left in the fire button, however you want to call it, puts you into stealth mode. All the normal stuff works the same way, so I'm not going to go over all of that. But otherwise, it's really nice. Like I said, the size is the same. Let's give you an idea on weight. So we can get this into view here. All right. So this is first the Predator with 2 batteries in it, and we have pounds and ounces here, so let's get out of that. All right, we're in grams now. So zero it out. This is the Predator with 2 batteries in it. Okay, I wasn't getting accurate measurements on that cloth table, so I'm moving it over here to give you more accurate. So this is the original Predator with 2 batteries in it. And as you see, we're coming out to 257 grams, okay? Yeah, this scale really has to be on a stable platform. So there's the FJ200, 207 grams. So the ratio, is about the same, but that's the more accurate measurements. All right, so let's go back up now and let's talk about it. All right, so I've been using this thing hard. I've been using this as my daily banger for 10 days straight. Got some of this wonderful citrus burst in there. Just did the review for that. You can go back if you're looking for citrus juice. Now I got it all over my hands, so that's annoying. Juice belongs in your mouth and in your tank, not in your hands. I can't stand the feel of juice. Anyway, I've really been enjoying this. Everything about it's been great. There's only one thing that I would say I'm not happy about. It is nice that it's actually, I said 4400 milliamp hour battery in the up close. It's a 4600 milliamp hour battery, 200 watts max, 1.3 inch large display, 2 amp, quick charging. It comes in blue, red, black, and no, they're showing. Oh yeah, I got the black, the blue, red, black, and we'll call that bronze. All right. It's really nice. I've been very happy with it. It charges fast on 2 amps. You might feel it get a little warm when charging on a 2 amp charger, but that's just because you're putting a lot of power in there. That 4600 milliamp battery, if you're vaping this, 60 watts, no problem throughout the day. I made it a whole day easily. Times I've used it at about 85 watts, I also made the full day. I think if you go over 100 watts and you're a heavy vapor like I am, you might not make the whole day over 100 watts, but you can always throw it on a charger anywhere. It's easy when it's micro USB, just pop it in there. It handles up to a 28 millimeter tank on this top here, all right, without any problems. Specs on the tank itself is 2 or 4 milliliter. It comes in a 2 milliliter capacity. If you pull out that inner silicone, space taker upper, as I'll call it, you can get 4 milliliters in there. I show you how to do that much easier than a previous tank of theirs that was hard to get it out of. This one just pops right out of there. I would say the only thing I was disappointed is I'm not so crazy about the coils, which, again, if you're going to use a different tank or whatever, you're fine. I'm a dual Clapton coil RTA vapor. That's what I like. That's what I go to when I just want to enjoy a good vape. I've been vaping on this one 10 days straight, and the coils, they're okay, but for someone like me that vapes dual coil RTAs, they're not as good as I would like. if you're a coil vapor, they're going to be fine. You're not going to have any issues with them. I have in there right now the 0.2. There's a 0.2 40 to 80 watt coil, and there's a 0.25 40 to 120 watt coil. Now I found with that they call it the WS02 or 02. It's called a triple 0.25 ohm coil, and they say 40 to 120 watts on it. I found 65, 70 watts was plenty. The taste was fine on there. I had no problem with it. No reason to go up to 120 watts. I felt like once I went over 70, it was just way too much power in it. This 0.2 ohm coil, I'm vaping at 58 watts right now, and she's beautiful. So again, coils are not bad. Taste is great. Great taste. I just want a little more power on it, and that for an RTA. So, at times when I wasn't using the tank that came with it, pop it off, I pop on one of my RTAs. Beautiful. Just loving the mod. Working great. So, there's no cons to it. Yeah, there's no cons to the mod itself. Like I said, the tank also is working beautiful. No problems with it. I'm just not a great enjoyer of coil vapes. I usually like to go with pre-made coils. I usually like to go with building. So I'm going to take this mod, I'm going to throw an RTA on it, and I'm going to continue to enjoy it. It's going to work great. That 4600 milliamp hour battery lasts the whole day, and she's beautiful. So there you go. That's the Wismec Sinuous FJ200 built-in battery and tank.